to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a light classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Wanna get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concepts. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it.
Good afternoon, faculty members. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Shashank sir, is I'm audible?
Voice bit low, ma'am, but it's okay.
Yeah, okay. Sir. You can take over the class, sir.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. This is the last day, day 5 of our FDP, 5-day 10-hour program. So, yeah. Okay. Good afternoon. Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah. So we'll discuss some of the topics today. But I would like actually, if you have any questions, you can just post it in the chat. Like I say every day, so you can just post it in the chat. I'll reply accordingly. In between. So let us continue. Let me share my screen. Ma'am, you can just post in the chat if you have a question. Even yeah, because a few people were raising their hands, but when I asked to post the question, you're not posting anything. So if you have anything, please post it. I'll answer your question. Definitely, I'll take up every question and I'm answering. So you can just post it. I hope I have some question. Okay, great. So we'll continue. I hope there are no questions. Okay. So if you have, please post it. Okay. So we'll move forward to the day 5 on the AI agents, right? The concept what we are discussing. So yesterday we were actually, we stopped. We had to actually discuss about the, the security and the privacy aspects of the AI agents. So this is in where we actually are in the middle of, and to broadly discuss about the security and privacy agents, it is very much important that we also spoke yesterday about ethical practices, how to use artificial intelligence in a so that we don't have any privacy concerns, privacy issues, right? A few of them we have actually discussed as well. So because most big, I can say biggest problem what can actually arise when we are using AI particularly for security is the privacy concerns. Okay, so I got a question. How can virtual assistants streamline administrative tasks for teachers without compromising personalization? Okay, yeah, this is bit virtual assistant. Okay, streamline administrative task. Okay, so administrative task in the sense, what exactly you meant, like, and again you're saying teachers without compromising. There are a few things in the question. Maybe you can reframe a bit, and maybe you can simplify, because there are two components in the question actually. So what is administrative task in your opinion? And you're saying teachers. So can you break it down on that aspect? because we actually, as a faculty or as a teachers, our job is generally have to our job is generally to train the students or teach the students, but doing other things is a bit different. Okay, that is a little bit what colleges are doing. Apart from that, can you please sir, can you please just rephrase or maybe you can break it down into questions what you want me to answer. I'm just waiting for your reply. In the meanwhile, I'll just take the session. You can just ping it in the chat. Okay. So here, when we're talking about this privacy concerns, biggest challenge, what we have, basically is the privacy issues when it comes to artificial intelligence, because all the AI systems or the AI tools, they access your data. So they access your data. So the I can say the trickiest part, in the entire AI is this only, because since they need access for your data, and there are sometimes it will be bit of privacy issues when it comes to data part. So that is in where the key challenges where I'll mention is the data security part, because handling the sensitive information is one of the key things. And then the authentication and authorization is one of the things, because without our authorization, or without we giving permission, accessing something which is ours, we don't like as a individual human being. So secure communication is where the encryption, secure channels of inter-agent messages. So next is the adversarial attacks. So basically, malicious inputs can trick the agents. So this is somewhat, again, it is like all the kinds of cyber security, hacking part. All those things actually come into existence when we talk about the challenges when it comes to the AI agents or AI systems. So next is the privacy preservation. So federated learning differential privacy. Yeah. So govern. There should be governing laws on the amount of usage of personal information of common people. So that is one regulatory thing which actually should be implemented into the AI systems. So next is in detail, if we have to go right, I have a few examples. Let us talk more focused on the example part. What's the question? You're raising your hand, but I cannot answer that like that. So I would actually recommend you to post the question here, so that I can. Okay. So, coming to the examples, to understand this key challenges, the first thing what we were talking about, the data security, where, preserving the sensitive information without actually breaching it. And one of the very key examples we can I can come across is the IBM Watson Health. So this is basically started by IBM, and this is one of the applications where it actually restricts people from sharing the information. So it is a very important AI tool or assistant. You can just see that this is, maybe you would have heard or you might not be hearing about this. There is something called as an AI tool called as an IBM Watson Studio. So as part of that, there is something called as IBM Watson Health. So in that, preserving the the information, right, of the employee, or so it's not just the employee, the clients, everything, and right to the common person. So the data is actually, I've done a lot of research on this IBM Watson Studio, and what they claim is actually, a lot of comments, a lot of things I've just gone through. So it's a very encrypted and very protected environment to safeguard the data of the records. It might be any kind of information. It is safeguarded in a very high. It is following the laws that how data has to be preserved and all. So one of the classical examples is this IBM Watson Health, which we can actually think of. Okay, so next is the authentication and authorization. So here the basically the issue is only verified and authorized agents should be able to interact in the system. So what is the risk is the a malicious agent impersonating a trusted one can corrupt decisions or leak data. So obviously we know, right? So the people who are very close, if they want to do any harm or something like that, it's a very it's very easy for us because they have our information, they have our aspects to it. So that is one thing which has to be taken care of. So autonomous, the example is autonomous vehicle networks. One vehicle, agent shares traffic data with the others. So this is one example which you have already seen yesterday. So if a rogue agent feeds fake traffic data, it could redirect cars into unsafe zones. So this is what the main risk of having, AI agents, giving things to artificial intelligence. If something by chance, if they don't follow, something happens, that doesn't happen because they will be built on, certain parameters and certain rules and regulations. What if, something really bad happens? So that isn't where, things get out of hand. There can be debate on this, like stating that even people do the mistakes, right? It's not just the artificial intelligence, people also do mistakes. So but when we say people try to blame, okay, this is all because of AI, this is this, that, and all. So just people try to find fault somewhere down the line to blame somebody. But even people do these mistakes, right? So they create unwanted things. They a lot of criminal activities known for years, right? So that happens even with human beings also. It's not just the AI systems. So I would not take this very seriously, that something like this might happen, because okay, once in a while, once in a somewhere, maybe one in 1 lakh or 1 in 1 crore, incidents might happen. So that is all part and parcel of things what happen in our day-to-day life. So that cannot be pointed out, I would feel. So using digital signatures and public key infrastructures to validate agent identities. So this is one thing that can be used for. So next is securing the communication. So what is the risk here is agents communicate with each other. Messages must be protected in transit. So eavesdropping, tampering or man-in-the-middle attacks. So this is the chance of risk that can happen. So next is the real life example. We have seen the smart grid example yesterday. So energy usage data is sent from homes to the utility company via smart meters. So using the TLS encryption and VPS to secure the data stream. So maybe you would have heard about VPS, virtual private networks. So even the TLS is also some kind of encryption which is actually used. So next is the adversarial attacks. So AI models can be tricked using carefully crafted inputs known as adversarial examples. So for example, agents may take dangerous or incorrect actions. So that is one, so yeah, as I already told you, these are the potential risks or challenges which can come up. right? So this need not be taken too seriously. Yeah, it should be taken seriously, but not too seriously that we may not apply artificial intelligence into our life. So we should not do that. So autonomous cars, vision systems. So small stickers on stop signs can fool AI into seeing it as a speed limit sign. So human being might know that it is a sticker, but a machine might not be knowing. So you can do these kinds of idiotic stuff, right? Where you can commit a crime in this aspect. So could cause traffic violations or accidents. So robust training and adversarial defense techniques are required in order to prevent this. So next is privacy, preservation. So issue is decentralized agents like the mobile applications and the edge devices need privacy preserving ways to learn from the data. So the solution for this is using the federated learning or differential privacy. So basic one example for this is the Google's keyboard, right? So I think everybody will be using this Google keyboard, right? So this basically understand how you actually write the words, how your keystrokes will be there. So all these things will be saved in the cloud. So it uses the federated learning to update the model locally, then sends only aggregated data back to the user. So now let us see some of the tools and techniques where this AI agents can be applied. So let us see one important area, which is the blockchain technology for securing tamper-proof logs of agent interactions. So next is homomorphic encryption, and then role-based access control (RBAC), and then the penetration testing. So let us see these in individual, in detail. So here we can say the use for the blockchain is logs agent interactions immutably, enhances trust and accountability. So in supply chain, agents blockchain ensures there is no transaction in altered. Yeah. So this is where in shipping or you can say the supply chain we can use this technology. So homomorphic encryption is basically to encrypt the data, right, and to protect the data. So yeah, one example I mentioned here is the a health research AI can analyze encrypted patient records without ever seeing the raw data. So hiding the data, encrypting it, it will actually the system knows because it is what is encrypted. So to the common people, you don't need to see the data. Sorry. For common people, it it's not required, or the employee to see the data, right? Only the encrypted thing for generating the record you can see, and things can be kept secret for further analysis. So next is the role-based access control, which is RBAC. So assigns permission based on roles, not individuals. So for example, when particularly now you can see people using AI systems in hospitals. So for example, robotic, trying to scan something, creating images, right? It is as a few things. So robot sitting, at the billing counters, analyzing the financial records, taking care of people who have undergone surgery, right? And even robotic doctor is also being tried and tested in many places as well. So people can do so that robots can do surgeries and all those aspects. So this is the trickiest part, which is actually happening particularly in the medical field, because when you see things in reality, in any country if you take, there are no enough doctors. So what is happening is people are losing lives, right? So it might be of multiple reasons. Okay. So because of that, this robotic, doctors are tried and tested. So because these robotic, doctors or agents can actually treat the patient, right? So even till at that level of surgeries, they are trying to you know uh, trying and testing out, right? So hope that can be a successful move actually, because I would say this is actually a good move. Maybe kind of right now surgeries, big things may not be possible kind of right now. There are some of the success cases also. Maybe if you just search the internet also, you might be getting in. So robots performing surgeries, but it is for simple things where a human being job will be bit less, so that it is not difficult for a human being to do all the aspects. So in that case in a hospital, a robot might be a very good option. So next is penetrating testing. So here simulated cyber attacks to test the robustness of of agent systems. So examples is financial institutions run red team simulations on trading bots to detect if sensitive or logic can be reverse engineered. So to understand or to make sure that this sensitive information doesn't get leaked, or all these things. It is very important for also the companies to try and test them before launching into the public, for common people usage. So now let us see a few use cases, I would say, right? I have taken a few use cases which you can link those things your which are actually to these three individual things: smart home systems, financial bots, and medical agents are, I would say, are the most common happening things. So what I thought is like to make you to understand that covering these three areas, what are the best possible uh, what is the best possible examples where we can link it to our real life. So the first one is the smart home systems. So in that we have a security concern where hacked voice assistants or IoT agents can be used to unlock the doors or spy on conversations. So this is the biggest problem what can happen when it comes to the smart home systems. So the solution for this is using a strong Wi-Fi encryption, multi-factor authentication for device pairing, and local data processing when possible, right? So example, Amazon's Alexa and Google Home now allow offline processing for voice commands to reduce the cloud dependency. So Google Home and Amazon Alexa are trying their best to even process offline. So financial bots. So for financial bots, the security concern for this financial bots is bots making stock trades or fund transfers must protect data and actions. So end-to-end encryption, blockchain-based ledgers for auditable transaction history, right? An example is robot advisors like the Wealthfront and Betterment used encrypted APIs to protect the investment portfolio and transactions, right? So this is how we can actually do the things. Next is the medical agents. So the privacy concern is sharing the public data. This is the main problem, when it comes to AI, particularly in the medical field. So across the AI systems can violate HIPAA, HIPAA, or GDPR, which are the USA and EU laws respectively. So the solution for this is using the federated learning for training diagnostic models, maintain audit logs for every agent transaction or action or transaction, whatever it is doing. So next is the example of Mayo Clinic partnered with Google Cloud to train AI models using de-identified and federated medical datasets that compile with HIPAA. Okay. Now, let us see some of the use cases, right, of the AI agents into the real world, right? And particularly focusing on education, healthcare, and finance, because these three are, being in the limelight when it comes to the AI systems. So first, let us talk about the education. And we have something called as an ITS, which is Intelligent Tutoring Systems. So what does it do? Adapt teaching strategies based on learners' performance. So next is the role. What it actually plays is like a personalized tutor, adjusting difficulty, giving hints, tracking the progress. So example is this Carnegie Learning Mathia, which uses the AI assistant to solve the problems. So next is the virtual teaching assistants. So for virtual teaching assistants, you can see, you can give 24/7 support. Then we have the, grade assessments and all. And we can, come up with an example, which is the Jill or Gil, whatever you can say, Watson, which is which is the foundation, or which is the tool which is embedded inside the IBM Watson Studio. So it's a virtual assistant developed by Georgia Tech using the IBM Watson, deployed in online forums. So to assist graduate students without them realizing it's AI. So this is how things are happening kind of right now. So next, in the personalized learning agents, so recommending, based on our history is what recommendation systems are basically actually doing. Next is Newton, Knewton, Newton. So this is actually used by Pearson. So Pearson, you would have heard. So delivers personalized textbooks and lessons based on student learning behavior. So next is coming to the healthcare. So healthcare, the examples which we can analyze, particularly in the diagnostic agents, which can scan the images, MRIs, right, X-rays, and it can assist based on the, scan what is the issue. So IBM Watson can actually do this, right? It has the medical embedded into it. So it actually, supports oncologists in diagnosing and, suggesting personalized cancer treatments by analyzing medical literature and patient records. So this much amount of tools currently, they are running in the market. So the same thing, virtual health assistants, how it can help you. So monitoring the vitals and all those things. There is one company which is Babylon Health, which is in the UK. So offers chatbot based consultations, symptom checks, and health records access. So next is clinical decision support systems, which is CDSS. So what does it do? AI agents assist doctor in treatment, understanding and analyzing the patient. So here, one company which comes to mind, which is the DeepMind Health, which is actually now called as the Google Health, right? So it actually, one of the scenarios where it predicted, or it predicts acute kidney injury 48 hours in advance. So coming to the finance part, here you can see that there are some of the real world examples. So fraud detection agents. So what does it do? Detection of unusual patterns or transactions in the data. So example is the MasterCard. So you might be hearing about the you might, you would have used MasterCard kind of debit cards or credit cards. So MasterCard has a decision intelligence which actually uses a AI agent to specify or to specifically check, or you can say it is an agent which actually tries to flag is nothing but raising concerns regarding any suspicious activity. So the next thing is the robo advisors. So the two companies, which is Betterment and Wealthfront, these people use these market strategies to evaluate the portfolios, and it is automatically, they're trying to identify the investments and the portfolio management using these AI agents. So next is credit score and risk analysis. So this is basically one of the companies is the Zest AI. You can also for credit score and all those things, you can also use one of the top companies, which is Cred also. Cred also can be used. We have one of the tools which is Zest. So Zest is also used for analyzing, the credit score, and based on that, it can do the risk analysis. Now, let us even go further, right, to understand that some of the successful use cases in academics. Okay, so successful use cases in academics, there are three use cases which I came across, in my research on Gen AI. So those three are the Georgia Tech, USA, and Stanford University and MIT CSAIL. So these are three successful use cases, because I just didn't want to take use cases which are, okay, happened, but not that successful. But I just wanted, perfectly successful use cases which can, which will give you some thought, uh, you know, maybe now or maybe in the future, to implement some of the things into our academia or academics. Okay, so we'll just discuss that. Let me take questions if you have any. Hmm. Uh, Man, one thing you asked me to create an AI project. Okay, so I just wanted to ask you that what do you mean by AI project? So on what basis you want to build that project? Like what it is exactly? Because AI project, there's nothing called as an AI project. Why I'm telling you this is, you have an AI application. See, artificial intelligence is a combination of multiple things, right? On the day one itself, I told you, it starts with the basic math and stat, and then it goes up to machine learning, deep learning, usage into all domain knowledge also, management, commerce. So all the domain knowledge also comes into the picture. So there is nothing like an AI project, if you say, if you think of, to be precise, actually, you can only have tools which can, which you can implement artificial intelligence. So for that, we need, a good amount of chips. Even yesterday I was telling you, and today also I'll take one of the. Yeah. For that, actually, I wanted to show you some of the websites also, where please share the slide. Yeah, I'll share the entire PPT. I think probably tomorrow or something like that, you might be getting everything. You want to create? Yes, you can actually create your own application. Actually, on this, we also had one discussion yesterday. See, one thing. Uh, I'll tell you one outer picture. Okay, probably you're confusing yourself too much. I'll tell you one outer picture. Based on that, maybe I hope I've answered. I'll be, also answering your question. See, the technology, what you are actually seeing in the form of AI, right? It has a lot of things in it. It's not just artificial intelligence is not something which has come up or happened just like that. Okay, please, if you are in that perception, no, it is not. Absolutely not. If you say, right from, let us maybe, rather than just vaguely telling, maybe probably I can take one example. Probably you can think of, the most common thing what you guys know, which is the chat GPT. Let us take a a model which is chat GPT. Okay, now we as a user, right? So as a user, I'm very much excited. Like, let us take, let me speak as a common person. So as a user, if I want to use ChatGPT, for example, okay, I have some, I want to prepare some, assignments, or if I want to prepare some notes, maybe I want to prepare some PPT for my, presentation. So I want a few things which, I want ChatGPT to answer me, because I've come across a tool that, something like ChatGPT exists. Okay, fine. So what I do, I just go there, whether you purchase or you use free, that is secondary. Okay, So I go to the tool, I start using it. Okay, whether it's a paid or unpaid version, chhod de. So I'll start using it. Okay, great. Now, as a common user, I don't want to know how it works, right? Unless and until you are into that AI field where you are trying to, develop something or learn something or, do something different. So as an individual user, why you want to know how ChatGPT works? Tell me. You don't want to know, no? See, let us, let us be very frank, right? So why do you or how do you know it works, right? So, how does it work, right? There is a lot of, math behind it. Okay, so it works on, I should, if you ask me, sir, vaguely tell me how it works. I want to know. First of all, ChatGPT is to generate a text, right? First of all, it should, understand the text, correct? So to, what we have given, and to generate that content, it should be, trained. When I say trained, right, I'm talking about machine learning and deep learning. The entire subject comes there because when I'm saying trained, so I'm training and I'm also using a word called model. Right? So trained model. So entire machine learning, math, stat, everything comes into the picture. So it is an RNN model. Basically, it's a RNN model, which is recurrent neural network. So again, you have to understand what is a neural network. So it's a recurrent neural network, which is based upon LSTMs, right? And it may use transformers because, bit of advanced, they are actually using transformers. Because before ChatGPT was built, they have actually tried with LSTMs also. LSTMs are also very good, long short-term memory, but transformers are bit strong, I would say. Strong is the correct word. So in that way, they are building a model, they're training the data, they're bringing in the, text. So NLP is coming in because we want a context based. So to understand this context, we're using LSTMs. We are, using tokenization, padding sequence. So and building a dense layer. So entire deep learning, everything is coming in. So as a common person, why do we want to know, right? So that is why when you come to, knowing of AI tools, now the most common thing, what, for example, even Microsoft does this. So now, he's actually promoting, some of the tools, for example, like Microsoft Fabric, right? So Microsoft Fabric is one of the greatest tools which is actually, in the market. So it's actually launched in 2023. So a few a few of, multiple aspects have been clubbed together, like Power BI, and, a few has been clubbed together. You have, SQL in it. You have PySpark. So all these things are actually clubbed into it, and they have launched something called as a new tool called as a Microsoft Fabric. So the main reason behind launching Fabric is low code or no code, right? So people who wanted to use, those who are not from a programming background, you know, they can use the tools, AI tools, without actually coding it, right? Because see, for example, let us think that you are from, different, you're not from a computer science background or a statistics or mathematics background. Let us say you're some other, background like a management or commerce, right? You're not aware of coding part. So how do you code, right? It is difficult to learn coding, code it, everything. It's very difficult. That is in where to make our experience better and our user experience better to, do some of the things. That is in where these AI tools comes into the picture. So these are already pre-developed tools using, programming structure, you know or using, deep learning and machine learning models, right? So these are already, done. So for example, you have, as we have a lot of applications now, which can be used. ChatGPT is one of them. Google's Gemini, Microsoft Copilot, right? We have DeepSeek also, right? To develop all these things, we need, yesterday also I was telling you about this. So, we need, this smart chips, or you can say, chips or semiconductors which can be developed. So for that, there are companies, for example, like, companies like NVIDIA. So these companies develop these AI, develop these these AI powered chips, right? So all the coding part, everything, you already have, right? So you can customize now, right? You can customize what we have. For example, I thought of showing you some of the websites where people can actually customize, for example, like a chatbot, right? Most of the and not, yeah, maybe all of them, right? So all of them are basically paid services. But you can actually, if you want to create your own chatbot and you want to use things, you can actually purchase one of the AI tools or AI services or applications, and you can actually build one, right? You can customize whatever you want to, do that. For that, you need not. You just have to know how to use it or how to customize it. You should not be, no need to know how to, code, because you're not, coding anything. It's already a pre-developed model, but bit of few, developments with a few customizations you can actually think of. Because see, coding, these analytics, data science, and all, this is not everybody's cup of cake. So, but it is, these things are embedded into artificial intelligence so that it will be actually helpful as a common person. Because only those who know computer science, those who know data science only can use AI. No, that is not the case now. That is not the case now, right? Because you need not do anything. That is what I was, keep on telling that. So to use ChatGPT, why you need to know deep learning, why you need to know machine learning, why you need to know the statistics behind running of ChatGPT? Not required. No, not required. Just how you frame a sentence, that is very important. Because it is using an natural language processing. So at least these basic things you must know, that okay, oh, this is using proper English language. So the framing of sentence, the prompt what I'm giving should be very precise, very clear, not some vague prompts I'm giving. So these things should be kept in mind. Yeah, there are a few things which you have to keep it in mind. Apart from that, you're good to go. You're good to use any of the AI tools. Ma'am, smart homes. Okay, so smart homes I've actually explained yesterday, because I've also explained yesterday, but smart home systems, maybe I'll just wait. What exactly you're looking for? I'll just check that. Smart homes, I've come a long way. So this is what where actually, see, what I was actually trying to tell you, smart homes, where probably you would have to unlock your home or to process certain things, you might actually use your voice. So that voice can be encrypted. See, you'll be seeing in movies also that if you have an encrypted AI device, you can actually change the tone. For example, I'm speaking. For example, if I use an encrypted one, you might hear some other voice of mine. So maybe, in reality, if you, hear my voice, you might not recognize that, okay, this is Shan. You might not recognize this. So this is how actually, criminals use, to be fair, because they use this encrypted voice to, voice that it cannot be tracked. So yeah, let us not go into crime and criminals, but voice can be encrypted, or it can be actually hacked, I would say. Even here I mentioned the same thing only. These voice actually can be hacked to because you might be locking see, one thing I'll tell you, one realistic, right? Yeah, before this AI is there into for locking our home, before there is we are using numbers, right? A pin, something like that, to lock the house, or you might be using fingerprint authentication if you are using a smart home, let us say, or maybe voice command, something like that. Before all these things are there, we used to lock our house with a normal key, sorry, lock, right? With a normal lock. So, for example, if somebody wants to come, theft, they used to put one. We used to see in movies also, right? They used to use one stick, and they used to put on, or they used to break, right? So there also crime happened, no, before also. That is what I'm telling. Those who hate AI, they projected like, no, this can be, hacked. This can be done. Before also crime happened. No, it's not like new. Now only crime is happening. Before it was not there. It's nothing like that. Before also people used to bring one, hammer, and they used to break the locks. Correct. So why we are not thinking at that time also there was crime, right? Now also it is there. Actually, now only we are more secure, because see, we have more CCTV, facial recognition, CCTV, security. Then people are a bit worried to uh, commit a crime, because I feel we have more security now than before. So think on that. Maybe that is one food for thought. What I can give you. So there we are, Zest AI. Yeah. So we are in the successful use cases of academia, and one of the best AI tool which always comes to mind for me is this IBM Watson. So IBM Watson Studio is one of the classical AI tools that what IBM has actually developed over the years. So right from the right from the Georgia Tech, right? So Jill Watson, AI teaching assistant, TA is nothing but the teaching assistant, built using the IBM Watson. So outcome is reduced faculty workload and increased student engagement in online courses, right? So faculty used to come, right? It's not like faculty has been removed. Please don't think in that way. Faculty are there. They teach the students or they train the students, but more student engagement, which the faculty are not able to do, that used to be helped by this Jill Watson, which is the AI assistant in teaching. So next is the next use case. We'll see one by one actually. In detail, you have to know these AI tools which are there across the world. Because when we say teach AI tool, a lot of people doesn't know much of AI tools. They only know they are thinking ChatGPT is just one of the AI tools. No, it is a tool, but more than AI is more than that. Please, yeah. So let us go into detail. So Georgia Tech, which is Jill Watson, which is the AI teaching assistant, which we were talking about. So it's a virtual AI teaching assistant. So background, how it has started is Georgia Tech Online Master of Science in Computer Science program taught by Professor Ashok Goel faced the challenges of answering thousands of repetitive questions in discussion forums for a large scale online class. So if there are some 1,000 or 2,000 people in the class, it is very difficult for a person to answer this question. So the solution, or the answer for this is an AI powered TA named Jill Watson was developed using the IBM Watson natural language processing capabilities. So Jill answers students' questions on the class forum just like a human teaching assistant. Students weren't initially told that Jill was an AI. So the technologies which are used for this are the IBM Watson, NLP Q&A retrieval system. So custom training with past course forum data, confidence scoring to decide when to respond. So the outcomes are reduced instructor workload significantly. Jill handled the 40% of the forum questions. Students were more engaged and many didn't realize Jill was a bot until it was revealed later. Spark global interest in using AI agents to scale education. So what happened with the impact? Jill Watson became a blueprint for AI assistants in books, massive open online courses, used in multiple semesters with growing capabilities, encourage ethical discussions around transparency and AI disclosure in learning environments. See, by looking at this use case, you would have maybe remembered that, I was telling you, I think in day one or day two, I told you one thing. That we are not exactly teachers. Now we are actually like a mentors or a facilitators. So our teaching role has changed. Our teaching role has changed. So now guiding the students is more important. Guiding them on the right path is very important. So, and co-living with the AI. So I've been speaking about this co-living or coexisting with the artificial intelligence, because things have changed, and so here you can see with this example, 40% forum questions have been handled by Jill. So it is the stress on the human being, which is Ashok Goel, right? Ashok Goel, yeah. This on him it was reduced, right? So it was on part of him. It is uh, it is a good thing for him, because he usually with the too much of pressure we tend to stress. So that was handled by the assistant. So it was a easy job to handling the other things for him. So that isn't how we can actually co-live or coexist with the artificial intelligence, and we have to upgrade ourselves as well to do that. So let us see one more example. These three are one of my favorite favorite examples. So I've just taken on that basis. So next is the Stanford University Personalization Learning and Behavior Prediction. So using AI for adaptive learning in flipped classrooms. So I think many of you already know what is a flipped classroom. So background is traditional lecture-based models weren't sufficient for addressing individual student needs in large classrooms. So the solution is Stanford researchers integrated AI agents to track student behavior in flipped classrooms. So AI students analyzed video engagement, example, pauses, replays, quiz attempts, and interaction frequency to adapt content delivery. See, the more AI you bring into academics, more learning can happen. See, eventually we need people to learn, right? Improve their skills, right? That is what is important. So don't think in the exam perspective that knowledge and skill and exams, they don't go hand in hand. So exams don't want to comment, but exams are something where people are just sitting one day before the exam and just studying and they're passing. So how you will assess student that really he has knowledge or not? It is only by discussion forums, discussion ways, group discussions, quiz, personalized talks, creating use case studies. All these are should be the way going forward in assessing the students. It's not just writing exams. That is not the only way to assess a student. So that is not sufficient actually, just reading and what is there in the book and writing in the exam, we are giving marks, that particular person is getting, we are saying 90% is getting, 80% is getting. But when it comes to, real world applications and, real world skill, when he goes, to an organization to work, solving a real world problem has become tough for that person. According to university or the college, he has 90% of marks. That means, he is very good, right? So he should be able to solve the, real life problems. So, but that is not happening, right? But then what is the use? Right? I am, completely against this. A lot of people might, debate with me, might debate with me with this and all. But I would say, skill is the only thing. See, knowledge can be built, but skill can only be implemented only, when you have sufficient knowledge, which allows you to think. So that is one thing which is missing now, because I would say, that is why we are saying, even the ITs, IIMs, students are, not having enough skills. So, recently also I've heard one of the articles, that in Mysore, Infosys campus has removed so many of people because of the lack of skills, right? Many have graduated from very good colleges, they have good marks. Then why, a company like Infosys is, so yeah, maybe you can think on that. I was like, it actually blew my mind. I was doing a lot of research on that aspect. So, I've done a lot of, research. I had a few things in mind, but, this was like outrageous. So, this gave me a thought. Just you can also just think on this aspect of the side of learning. That is why I'm saying, incorporating AI into learning is very much important, because automatically the way we look at things, the way students look at things will be, changing. It will be a bit different. So, a learning process will be very good. Obviously, that will slowly, reflect as a part of skill also. So that is one thing I would actually, like, faculty to, implement that into, the teaching learning process. So, coming to our example of Stanford University. So, personalized learning and behavior prediction. So, using of AI for adaptive learning in flipped classrooms. So, background is traditional lecture-based models weren't sufficient for addressing individual student needs. So, yeah, these Stanford University people have come up with, different. Yeah, I think I've just gone through. So next is the technologies used, machine learning models to predict student performance. Data from learning management systems, which is LMS, and interaction logs. So clustering algorithms for grouping learner types. Then outcomes is improved student performance due to personalized content delivery. Early identification of student at risk of failing or dropping out. So real-time dashboards allowing instructors to intervene and support students effectively. So that is what is important. No, failing the student is not a solution. So, supporting him, guiding him is what the solution is. So next is real life impact, showcased how AI agents can close learning gaps in real time. So enhanced flipped learning models by making them more responsive to learner behavior. Now, the third example. Okay, after this, maybe we can take a break. So the third example is the MIT CSAI, which is the healthcare robotics and elder care. So assistive AI agents in physical therapy and elderly rehabilitation. So background is aging populations demand scalable solutions for elderly care and physical rehabilitation. So human caregivers are expensive and not always available, right? So this is one biggest concern I've seen in many places. Like, there are no enough caregivers or people who can take care of the others. So, in that perspective, these AI assistants can actually help you in solving this problem. So the solution is MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory developed an AI-powered robotic agents that assist patients in completing physical therapy exercises at home. So this is one of the examples you can actually think of. So these robots adapt based on patient movements, progress, and engagement. So the technologies used for this are these are the reinforcement learning for adaptive behavior, motion tracking and computer vision, feedback loops based on patient response. So the outcomes for this is increased independence for elderly patients, improved rehabilitation outcomes through consistency, customized exercise routines, reduced burden on human caregivers and healthcare facilities. So real life impact is prototypes like Tiga. So Tiga is a socially assistive robot are now being used to support development therapy in children and elderly. So MIT's approach laid the foundation for AI-enabled elder care systems now being explored globally. Okay, so here we'll just take a pause. If you have any questions, you can just post it in the group. Okay, so we'll just go for a short break and come back. Okay, so we'll continue. So I have a question. How can we use AI to personalize student learning without compromising their privacy? Sir, why do you want to collect their information? Uh, okay. No need to collect their information, right? To for personalized learning, not required, no. For learning, why we need to collect information? Probably can just rephrase the question. Maybe something else you have it in mind. Maybe you can just rephrase it. You can just rephrase. I think because no, I even I'm checking your question. What can be, the potential question what you have asked? But yeah, the same thing it is telling. It's like connect whatever is necessary. Uh, Use ethical methods. The same thing only is coming. Yeah, that is what. Just give whatever access their need. Whatever is required, only that much access. Mm, yeah, that's it only. That could be maybe I don't know whether you that is what you're looking for or not. You just give whatever access you are supposed to give, and just collect whatever information is required. That's it only. No, not too much of information is required. Maybe just email ID, name you take. Don't even take mobile number. Uh, yeah. So don't take any much of private information where you can't handle. So don't do that. That is enough. So that is why yeah. Or also Google Forms when you collect some of the information. It only asks for email ID. So only that is enough. Even mobile number also no need to take. So yeah, some of the things that would be it. Okay. So let me. Yeah. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. So, we have seen 3 successful implementations of AI into academics. Now, let us see 3 successful implementations of AI, right, into the industry. So, one is the, Google's Health, which is DeepMind. It was DeepMind Health before. Now, they're calling it as Google's Health. So these are basically the AI models which are used for disease predictions and hospital resource optimization. So the outcome is real-time triaging and prioritization of critical cases in the UK hospitals. So they have used there. So the main thing is, to understand in detail. So it is basically used for disease prediction and for hospital resource optimization. So background is hospitals face challenges in early detection of life-threatening conditions and efficient resource allocation. So ICU beds, staff scheduling. So for this, they have used artificial intelligence to do that. So manual systems were often reactive and slow. So the solution is DeepMind from Google. Now it is AI models trained on historical patient data to predict medical deterioration and assist in triage. So a prominent example is the AI system for predicting acute kidney injury, which is AKI. So that they're able to predict up to 48 hours before the symptoms. So that is one of the achievements what Google Health has done. So the technologies used is deep learning on electronic health records, EHRs, then NLPs on structured or I can say unstructured notes, natural language processing. Then the real-time integration with the hospital systems. Then the outcomes is the improved triage. AI alerted clinicians before critical events, enabling faster intervention. Then pilots in UK NHS hospitals showed increased early detection accuracy of AKI and sepsis. So operational efficiency, they also helped in prioritizing ICU resources based on predicted patient severity. So yeah, optimally it allocated the ICUs as well. So real life impact, Royal Free London NHS Trust partnered with DeepMind on the Streams app, integrated AI alerts into daily hospital workflows. So although it has raised privacy concerns, it demonstrated real-time life-saving AI use in the healthcare. So always these privacy concerns will come up. Some, few people or the other try to, poke finger who are against artificial intelligence. So yeah, these things keep on happening. So this is, Google's health or Google's DeepMind. So next important case is the Pearson's Education plus Newton. So personalized textbooks and content delivery via AI agents. So the background is one size fits all textbooks and lessons often fail to address individual learning needs, especially for students who struggle. So this Newton developed a adaptive learning technology that collects learner behavior, clicks time on questions, answers, and uses the AI agents. So personalizing content, pacing, recommendation, next lessons, filling learning gaps dramatically. So they have actually collaborated also with the Pearson, because everybody knows that Pearson is one of the leading publisher in the world. So it has integrated into Newton's technology into digital textbooks and platforms. So they both have clubbed together and they have actually created one of the important things. So the technology which is used is learning analytics and behavior modeling, knowledge graphs to map concepts and prerequisites, reinforcement learning for content consequencing. Outcomes are higher engagement and learning efficiency, particularly among underperforming students. So teachers could access real-time dashboards showing students' progress and intervention points. So students spend less time learning more effectively, improving outcomes on standardized tests. Real life impact is used in thousands of classrooms globally, including in community colleges and K-12 settings, became a benchmark for AI-driven adaptive learning systems in commercial education. So this is how artificial intelligence is actually transforming education and industry. So the third one, many of you might be knowing, JP Morgan Chase, right? And Coin. So which is contract intelligence. So they have used automated contract analysis using AI. So background is JP Morgan processes tens and thousands of loans agreements, financial documents, and legal contracts annually because it's a financial company. So previously, legal teams spend over 360,000 hours per year reviewing and interpreting these documents manually. So Coin, which is contract intelligence, an agent developed by JP Morgan in-house, analyzes commercial loan agreements to extracts critical clauses and entities, detects risk and anomalies, ensure compliances. So the technologies what they have used is the natural language processing, information extraction from the legal documents, rule-based and machine learning-based models. So the outcome is reduced document review time from hours to seconds, saved 360,000 human hours annually, enabling legal teams to focus on complex tasks, which is not supposed to be done by machine, which is only only a human is required to do. So people can focus on these important things than these donkey work, which can be done by the AI machines. So reduced errors and inconsistencies in contract interpretations. So the real life impact is part of JP Morgan's 9.6 billion digital transformation plan. Spark broader use of AI agents in regulatory compliance, anti-money laundering, and customer onboarding. So now let us see some of the latest AI trends which are there in the current market. So some of the very huge, we have seen a successful implementations of in academics as well as into the, I would say, um, into the academics as well as the industry. Now let us see some of the very important trends which are currently in the market in the AI industry. So autonomous AI agents with self-improvement. So now they can actually plan, execute, and refine without human intervention. That is what artificial intelligence systems are trying to do. For example, like the baby AGI and the Auto GPT. So they can self-learn, self-improve, and they can optimize on their own. So platforms like the Cognition AI Devin Autonomous AI Software Engineer showcase fully autonomous tasks which can be completed. So next is the multimodal AI agents. So the agents like the what we are using ChatGPT, which is GPT 4.0, Gemini 1.5, and Claude 3, which can process text, voice, and images for richer interactions. So then the figure O1, which is the humanoid robot integrated into the OpenAI models for real time. So many of you might be, you would have heard about the operation, or you can say Project Astra, which is by the Google's DeepMind team, which enables real-time multimodal AI assistants. So next is the AI swarms, right? So agentic workflows involve multiple agents collaborating on complex tasks, example, research, coding, and business automations. So Microsoft AutoGen. So AutoGen, you would have heard, it actually is a multi-agent conversational thing, which is an AI agent, which is used for complex problem solving. So these are all real life examples what is happening in the current world, right? So swarm intelligence is basically a distributed AI systems, which is based upon, the concept is based upon ants and bees. So next is memory augmented and long running agents. So AI agents which keep memory in the long time. So I told you, LLM models. Best example is the LLM models. So for this we have Rabbit's R1's LAM, large action model, learns and replicates user actions over time. So next is Inflection AI's Pi. This uses the memory for more coherent long-term conversations. So a lot of, when we are conversing with a chatbot or something like that, the things keep it in memory. So for that, we use the Inflection AI's Pi. So then we have AI agents in robotics and embodied AI. So Tesla, Optimus, Boston Dynamics, Atlas, and Century's AI Phoenix use AI agents for real-world physical tasks. So NVIDIA's project of GROOT, Groot basically enables humanoid robots to learn from human demonstrations. So Sim2 real transfer helps AI agents trained in simulations. NVIDIA's Isaac Lab adapt to real environments. So these are all real things which are currently happening, or which are there in the current world. So next is AI agents for enterprise and automation. So you can see the AI workforce, which is the Sierra and Adapt, automates customer services, sales, and back office tasks. Then we have Devin, which is AI software engineer, and GPT-4 powered coding agents automate software development. And we have the Harvey AI, which is used to contract review and case research. So which is a legal, agent. Then we have open source AI frameworks, which is the LangChain, Llama Index, AutoGPT, enable customized for development. So Meta's OpenCraft, I think everybody knows Meta, right? Instagram and Facebook's owner. So Mistral's open models driven community built agents. Then we have Hugging Face Transformer. It's a kind of transformer. It's a technology which is used into transformers. Hugging Face is one of the model. Allow easy deployment of task specific AI. So next is the AI agents with emotional intelligence, sentiment aware agents, which is PI or inflection AI, adapts responses based on user emotions. So effective computing integration, facial, voice, emotion recognition into AI interactions. So then we have the regulatory and ethical AI, which is EU regulations and US regulations, which are there to restrict, the use of artificial intelligence into creating any crime. So explainable AI is also there, and then AI safety research, Anthropic DeepMind. This actually has an alignment and controllability. So next thing is the so next thing we have is the AI agents in gaming and virtual, uh, worlds. And when it comes to gaming and advanced chips, the first thing comes to mind is NVIDIA's NPC with LLM based dialogue, NVIDIA's Avatar Cloud Engine. So generative AI game agents, which is Open AI's Minecraft agent, AI Dungeon. So those who play games might be knowing a few. So now this is again some of the latest trends which are already there. So right from the Auto GPT to the agent verse, you can actually look into this. And just think I got a couple of questions. Okay. Okay, I got a very big question. In the meanwhile, you can fill the attendance sheet. Sorry, attendance, ma'am, I shared. Okay, let me read this question first. Reading will take a lot of time. So this is mine before I start to teach a course, say game theory. Okay, so I wish to test the prior knowledge of each of the students in my class by framing suitable questions with all cognitive levels. Okay, good. Want to assess each student and based on their performance, make some personalized suggestions. Recommend personalized learning paths. Can you name some? Paths. Okay. Fine. Actually, sir, what you are exactly doing, Suresh? Yeah. Actually, it's really good because first of all, it is very important to understand the students' learning ability. As a faculty, I need not tell you that. So understanding each level of ability and then accordingly guiding them, or teaching them or training them with the relevant things is very much important because not every student will be on the same level, so we cannot teach individual student also. So we actually assess a level where at that level we can be on that. Okay, so this much of level I can go, most of the students will understand. So that level we can take and we can actually do. Actually, to assess all these things, maybe you can actually you can use any GPT tool, sir, to understand, to frame, questions. For example, to frame questions on any levels, you can use the GPT tools. I would say, I would say, 95%. I felt, the GPT tools are basically doing justification. Maybe the BTL level. The BTL level also, you can take that into consideration. You can frame the questions on that. So suggestions, drawbacks, that I am not pretty much sure. Maybe a few tools are there in the market. Maybe I've not tried much tools, but only I would say some 4 or 5 tools I've tried. Because I already told you many of the AI tools are very expensive to even use it as well. So I'm not sure on this drawing. Uh, I would say give you suggestions, but for framing and all, you can use this, and based on the marks they are getting, probably you can frame in that same way, where you can ask the GPT models to give some personalized suggestions also. It will give you practically. I've not tried and tested that much, but framing questions at a certain BTL level, uh, the level of understanding of the students, that I have done. It was almost, I told you, 90 to 95%. It was a successful attempt. What I was able to make. So that thing I would suggest you that it is fine. You can go with the using of GPT tools. So other than the courses in Excel, BTL is Bloom's taxonomy, sir. Probably you might be knowing. When I said BTL, maybe you would have got confused. Bloom's taxonomy levels. Yes, yeah. That is extremely important, because many of the colleges follow that as a part of whatever process it might be, NAC process, or to uh, creative kind of questions where the student has to think, apply the knowledge what you have actually given him, uh, like that knowledge they have to put into a skill. So that kind of questions you can frame, so that definitely student. But there are a lot of complications on this also, sir. I would I will not 100% discuss here, but because a few colleges, they don't want any of their students to fail, so they try to say, sir, give it easy, give it this, like. So there are a lot of practical problems, sir, because they see, you can't expect all the 60 students in the class to be very much bright, very much interested. So that is why only I am bit against exams. These exams are actually ruining the total experience. So class activities, how the students engages in learning. So these kinds of things actually, how much interest is showing, how much of knowledge is, if you give a certain task to do, is he innovating? These kinds of things we have to see, that will actually help a student to think. Yes, continuous formative assessment is to be there, sir. Yes, exactly, sir. This is what I try to do it in my own way. Wherever I particularly go, to if I have to teach any curriculum paper, as a external faculty, so I try to do that. Yes, sir. Because see, that is what only is actually ruining the experience. So a student knows that, okay, at the end he will study something, he'll get the marks. So that is ruining the entire experience of learning. So that has to change. That is actually, is one, I don't want to criticize anything, but that is the part. See, assessment should be a continuous formative assessment, sir. Yes, it should be group activities, class activities. It should be assignments. Doesn't mean you just put it in ChatGPT and you copy paste that and you get it. So that should not be the assignment. So assignment should be innovative, creative. How he's able to take the things, understand things. How creative he can be, because that only will make him to solve real life problems, sir, when he go to a company. Because problems will not be, the real world complex problems will not be the problems like what are there in the textbooks. No, it will not be there, sir. It will not be like that. So it is very much important that how you take that, how do you react, how to cope up with pressure. That these things we are not teaching it in colleges and schools, sir. We are not teaching it. But when you go to a corporate level, to solve a complex problem, first of all, your mindset should be very positive. We are not teaching these in colleges. We are not teaching these in schools. Yes, so that is why I my thoughts will be a bit of rebellious only on this, because I've seen I've seen things. I've studied I studied in a university, so I've seen things, you know, in a serial type of way. The same kind of aspects. It is completely, the mindset of the student, everything. When you say exams are not there, it's just by how you behave, how much you learn. You see the difference, sir. It will be completely different. It will be different. They'll be relaxed, first of all. Student will be relaxed. How to engage, how to engage in things. These are very important because the stress levels, the tension levels, these will be there in the corporate sector. You might be seeing, how things are, so people are not able to take it because they don't know how to, a few people who are able to take. So I'm completely into training and industry. I worked into industry as well as I was into trainings. So I was actually continuously, I had a lot of, thought process, and I was mostly into this mathematics and statistics and, AI, data science, data analytics path. So I was mostly into this only. I didn't change any path. The way I used to learn from my childhood, it is the same, sir. I'm not a 90%, 95% student, sir. I was never actually. I used to only think on how I can, do things innovatively. That's it. I used to listen in the class. I used to think that how innovatively I can do, or how, effectively I can, implement that in the uh, yes, because I have, went to different colleges. I experienced a lot of things. I was doing corporate trainings as well. So, last 2 3 years was, bit different in my life. It gave me a bit of thinking, where, how things can be done in a different way. But I will say one thing, sir. The student mentality has changed. That I don't know whether you'll accept with me or not. They don't want to, they don't want to, I would say, like, learn a lot. They don't want to push themselves. They're not pushing their limit of learning. That is not happening kind of right now. They want everything on a smooth process. I don't know why this aspect. I think maybe COVID has disturbed this, process. Already, we have a bit of messed up system. This COVID has actually, created. They have become more smart. That is not true, sir. They are not smart. No, no, no. I won't agree. No. That is not smart, sir. Sorry for, changing your opinion. But they are not smart, sir. So it's not smart because I've been seeing students. It's not that. Okay, fine. Let us not go too much into that. Because tool, see the thing that, see, I'll tell you what the difference between last 3 to 4 years and, what we had in the past. The way we look at things have entirely changed, like right from the learning process, right? And, people now are looking into, how optimally we can use, AI to solve a particular thing. This is the mindset for every company, right? How optimally we can actually, give the user experience, right? That a particular, that the people will be more comfortable in doing things. Okay, so, they want us to learn more, get more, but, it is working in a wrong way for one group of people. It is making a few people lazy. But that is what I said. Last 2 years I've learned a lot. Why? Because, see, it is two choices. You be lazy by using AI. You become street smart by using AI. So I chose the, second path, which is, become more street smart, or, become very much effective by using, artificial intelligence and AI tools. So choice is yours, sir. There is always, two sides of a coin for everything. So people are choosing the first path. That is my problem. They are choosing the, lazy aspect. becoming lazy by using AI. So it is, that's what I told. It's a two-sided argument. So cannot think too much on that. Okay. So coming to, I have a few things to complete. First, I'll just do that. So latest trends, you have a few things. Actually, one suggestion I can give is like you can use this LangChain. So LangChain is one of the. It's actually, I would recommend LangChain AI tool you can use, but I I don't know how to tell, but it is a bit costly actually. LangChain is a bit costly compared to actually some of the AI tools. Rather than just showing, what I'll do is I'll add some of the AI tools to the PPT itself, so that when I share it with you, I'll add it so that you can just explore that. Maybe you can try using those AI tools. So next is the automated workflows. So automating a certain task is what it has already become. It's not a new thing. Probably some 10-12 years. Yeah, automation has taken full effect, right? Right from the email generations, financial modeling, right from the research automations. So next is the robotic agents, then emotional intelligence. So coming to the research opportunities, a few people were also asking me that, sir, how we can. So you can actually use multi-agent coordinational planning for optimally planning your research, and then you can use these applications everywhere. I've mentioned a few, but you can use it anywhere. So ethical and explainable AI. So how do we ensure agents act transparently? So can agents explain their decisions like human beings? So using an adaptive learning, personalized learning, continuous learning. So this is what makes your experience more optimal. So domain specific learning also, right? And human agent collaboration, right? So now let us talk about one of the major players in the market, who is not just a graphic card manufacturer, but also a true leader into the field of artificial intelligence. So I would say I would say NVIDIA as the greatest kind of right now in the artificial intelligence industry. So he's one of the greatest leader in the industry. So many would have already heard about NVIDIA. So you might be knowing as a graphic card company who manufactures graphic cards to be used inside laptops or desktops or computers. But he's much more than that. He's much more than that. He is one of the person kind of right now, which is in the in industry for growing of or for the growth of generative AI, agentic AI, and the AI agents. So probably you would have seen this person. So he is he is the person who is the CEO actually. Okay. Yes, and he's actually from Taiwan. I don't exactly remember his name, but he is the CEO of NVIDIA. Okay. And he's actually he's from Taiwan. And coming to the role of role of NVIDIA into Gen AI, right? And this Gen AI needs some GPUs to run this task, right? So that GPUs, the major player is actually NVIDIA. So he is the backbone, right? Giving this hardware, right? So GPUs are graphic processing units. So he is the backbone, or you can say he is the hardware manufacturing company, which actually makes this deploying of LLM models like the GPT, Llamas, and Claude easy. So even the ChatGPT uses what you are using OpenAI's ChatGPT it uses the NVIDIA GPUs across the data centers. So next thing is you might be hearing about, you might heard about something called as a CUDA. So CUDA is nothing but it's a framework, right? Like the PyTorch and the TensorFlow, right? It actually enables the deep learning frameworks. So if this hardware, which is based upon, AI based, which is, on machine learning and deep learning is not there, you cannot explore the full potential of the software, what you are actually trying to use. So this CUDA actually fully utilize the GPU acceleration. So next thing is the Tensor RT. So optimizes and accelerates the AI model inference for real-time applications. So next thing, one of the frameworks is the Nemo and BioNemo. So these two are the toolkits, or I can say the frameworks, which are used for training and testing the large language models. So next is the DGX supercomputers and cloud. So this this NVIDIA actually partners with different cloud, I can say cloud partners or cloud companies, which is like the AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, and Azure is nothing but Microsoft Azure. GCP is Google Cloud Platform. So these are the three big players in the market, and NVIDIA actually builds supercomputers for these cloud-based companies. So now, what is the role of NVIDIA in the agentic and AI agents? So this actually NVIDIA manufactures a simulation, a 3D simulation and collaboration with different technologies. And then it has two physical agents, which is Isaac and Jetson, right? They are autonomous robots and agents, right, inside the NVIDIA organization. So they have also Jetson, Nano, and Xavier. So they actually manufacture the real-time computer vision, sensor fusion, and the decision making in the real-world robots. So CUDA accelerated RL is nothing but reinforcement learning and agent frameworks. So here, using the CUDA course and the accelerated reinforcement learning, so NVIDIA is actually developing the simulated environments. So next is NVIDIA's ACE for digital humans. So Avatar Cloud Engine, which is ACE, right, which is actually developed by NVIDIA. Sorry. So it's not just for games, it is also for the customer service and the education wise. So combines the speech to text, NLM, facial animation, emotion detection, enabling lifelike agents interfaces. So next is research and ecosystem contribution. So what he is doing to the key research contributions are NVIDIA actually publishes a lot of research papers as well, right? On the diffusion models, reinforcement learning agents, multi-model learning, and AI in simulation. So we have a lot of open source tools like the Megatron LM learning model for large-scale transformer training. Then we have the collaborations with OpenAI. We just were talking about ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT is from OpenAI. Also, NVIDIA collaborates with the Meta also, right? So whatever you're using, Instagram, Facebook, everything, that applications, to run those applications, it needs a hardware. So that hardware for this Meta company, or OpenAI or Hugging Face, for these companies, it is provided by NVIDIA. So because it is the largest AI manufacturing company in the world. So it also contributes to open ecosystems, right? Then we have one case study. Probably you can actually go through. Maybe I can take some questions if you have any. So you can just post your questions if you have any. Probably this case study you can just go on their own. Just a bit of on NVIDIA. I just wanted to tell, because it is very much important that what powers this AI we need to know which which hardware or what is basically used to power this artificial intelligence. completed PhD in statistics to comprehensive learning path to become AI application developer. Sir, it is fine only. He can actually take up this AI engineer. So uh, so we can take up AI engineer course. It will be good. So you can actually share the question in the group. Few people are raising their hands. Yeah, AI engineer will be good. Yes. So you can just post. I'll take up some questions before we wind up. If you have any, please you can post it. Sir, okay. Sir, AI, sorry, not, I think Sunita ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, actually, see, uh, it's not like one job. See, the transformation is actually working in a different way, kind of right now. See, the how the transformation actually works when it comes to AI is in the field what you're trying to do or what you are actually doing. See, AI agents, I think probably you have misunderstood the word AI agents. So agents are something which, works on a particular thing. See, for example, you are building a GPT model, or maybe you can say agent which is working for you. So in the for example, like teaching in the teaching learning process, so that becomes an AI agent. It's not like uh, explainable AI, I've actually just given a brief intro about that, which can be integrated into multi-agent systems to maintain trust and accountability in high-stakes domains like healthcare. Yes, Jitendra. Okay, so see, Jitendra, this particularly in healthcare industry, AI has transformed a lot, like literally so much of transformation happened. I've seen whenever I come across some of the articles, because I just do some of the researches whenever I'm free on AI. So whatever upgradations, what are the implementations, what are happening. So the transformation into the healthcare industry is enormous. It's very enormous. I don't know how much level they'll be able to achieve, but uh, but uh, uh, it is like the transformation is basically enormous. So the amount of level of AI which can to be till which level it can go, that we cannot tell with this level only. So these jobs also, this the jobs also are the same. So anything else? I'm sorry, I got some message. Okay. Yeah, it's the same thing only it is giving. Yes. Like even this one also, sir, we can think of. Um, this monitoring of patients, helping them with the treatments, identifying, diseases in advance. These are some of the examples. This I think also I have covered anyway. Um, so even I was just giving a few examples. On this, I think one faculty have asked this. Yeah, so that's I think. Yeah, I've suggested him this. He was asking about one student. I just suggested him this AI engineer course. The same thing actually goes with the AI agents also. Particularly when you think of jobs on AI agents, I would say this AI ML engineer we can do. Apart from that, there is also AI architect, AI architect you can think of, and operational agent we can think of, customer support analyst, operations agent, market analyst, fraud detection analyst. So these we can think of, automation engineers. There are many job roles, nowadays in the industry. So they have risk analyst. Uh, yeah, so yeah, there it's lot. Like I can't remember all the names that it is too many roles we have in the in the industry right now. So there are a lot of jobs, different job roles in different industries, which you can think of. So AI engineer, ML engineers and all. Yeah. So anything else? Any other questions? Apart from that, ma'am is pasting attendance. You can just give your attendance as well. Day 5. Yeah. Fine. So if you don't have any doubts, we can wind up. I think, ma'am, you can take over.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for this informative session for all these 5 days. I hope this has been helpful for the faculties. Thank you so much once again. Yeah. So yeah, dear faculty members, I know you all have a query related to certificate. I'm surely let you know how you will get the certificate, everything. So before that, I have just shared the attendance link once again on the chat. I'm just reminding you all, please mark your attendance if you have missed out to mark. Okay. And coming to the certificate you will get it to your registered mail ID within 10 days. Okay, within 10 to 15 days, we required some days. So please don't come us and ask for the next time, for the next day only for the certificate. Kindly wait till 10 to 15 days, then you will get the certificate. If you secured 60% or above 60% of attendance, then only you will receive the certificate. As we already informed from the day 1 to day 5, I used to inform you all related to this. So if you secured 60 or above 60% of attendance, then only you will receive the certificate. Okay. And some are asking for the previous day's attendance link. As attendance link will be activated only till 4:30 to 5:30. So the previous day attendance you can't be marked. Share PPT. Okay. The PPT will be shared from Shashank sir. I'll be taking all the materials which he has used in the session and I'll be uploading into a LMS. I hope LMS you all know. From there you can access the materials. Yeah, Seema ma'am, if you have attended all the days, if you have marked the attendance, you will receive the certificate, don't worry. Any other questions? You can just post your questions in the chat so that I can answer for it. So if you wanted to like join any courses in XLR, as someone is asking, you can drop a mail to edl@xlr.com. If you have any query or any issues related to certificate or anything, you can drop a mail to edl@xlr.com. I am just dropping that mail ID on the chat, that is edl@xlr.com. Any query or any questions, you can just ask. Prashad Babu said, that's fine if it is showing in LMS 0/5. It means that you have not watched the recording. That's the reason. That will not calculate for the certificate. The certificate will be calculated based on the attendance. Any other questions, dear faculty members? Okay, I'm getting so many thank you messages. You're most welcome. Ayush sir, there is a question: if someone is not attending Monday FTP and attending 4 days, then will I get a certificate? It's for sure you will get it, because if you want to secure 60 or above 60% of attendance, at least 3 days of attendance should be marked. If you mark above three days or above 3 days, for sure you all will get the certificate. Courses are free, but asking payment when trying to enroll. Sorry, I did not get for which particular course you are going to enroll. FDP and STP. FDP in the sense faculty development program. STP in the sense student development program. This is EDL programs, everyday learning programs. For this, we are not charging. It is a free courses. Okay. I hope there are no queries. I'm not able to see the questions. I assume that you all understood related to certificate and all. Syed sir, so like, okay, there is no any contact number to be shared. So particular contact number we cannot share. You can just drop a mail if any queries related to certificate or anything. You can just drop a mail to edl@xlr.com. I'm again sending that mail ID on the chat. Okay, thank you all. Thank you for joining this wonderful session. I hope this session has useful. Thank you all for joining. We'll meet again in some other FDP or STP sessions. Thank you all. Have a great day.